Hey, what's up everyone? This is another addition to my series of videos regarding different strange occurrences taking place in the world around us. So, let's get started now. First of all, I would like to say thank you all for the love and support, and I hope to continue to see this channel grow and to gain more family, because I consider you all family without a doubt. And I hope you're all doing well, and I send well wishes and love to each of you. So let's get started with this video. First, a gigantic 20 acres long crack threatens homes and interstate in Yakima County, prompting evacuation warning in Washington. This is the crack. It looks very similar to a fault line cracking. Here's the information. A huge ridge cracks near Yakima, prompting evacuation warning right now. An evacuation warning right now. The huge crack in this area has been occurring. It's active since October of 2017. It's 20 acres in size and is moving at a rate of about 1.3 feet per week, and is accelerating each week. Now, the concern is that the landslide would keep moving even closer to Interstate 82. The below drone video shows the landslide in striking clarity, with giant fissures in a hillside widening as the earth shifts. And this is along I-82, and you can see this YouTube video here. I'll post a link in the description below so that you can check this out for yourself and watch the videos on YouTube. And suddenly the sea disappeared again. Major ocean receding in Santa Elena frightens fishermen in Ecuador. As you can see, the images shown here on Twitter, where the ocean has once again receded. As you may or may not remember, Hurricane Harvey and Hurricane Irma, as they went through those islands and along the coast of the United States, much of the water receded before that happened, and it didn't come back for a good while, and it frightened many people. And then ever since then, that phenomenon has been taking place in many countries around Earth. So it's become a widely spread phenomenon. Quite a bit happening in Ecuador. So the sea suddenly disappeared in Ecuador and frightened fishermen. In Biblian, another strange phenomenon occurred on the coast of Ecuador. After several months, the strange phenomenon of the disappearing sea has been reported again by frightened fishermen in Santa Rosa, a small port located in the province of Santa Elena, Ecuador. Yes, the sea receded a little more than normal, stranding at least 800 fishing boats on January 3rd, 2018, as well as 2 days before. And this is the image that I showed a moment ago. And it's so cold, it has been so cold on the United States East Coast right now, that damaging storm surges, freezing, capturing hundreds of cars in ice in Massachusetts, and iguanas have been freezing and falling from trees before resurrecting, quote unquote, in Florida under the hashtags ICE, Grayson Storm, Bomb Cyclone, and Florida. And you can see these images here. Basically, it covered the streets in water, and then the water froze, and then they were just basically covering the cars. This ice and snow covered the vehicles, and the iguanas fell from the trees. And an ancient Mexican structure, this is fascinating here as well, is a miniature model of the universe, say archaeologists. Underwater shrine appears to represent the beginning of space and time itself in Mesoamerican mythology, archaeology, and Nahuatl, Mexico. You can find this here. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This underwater shrine apparently represents the beginning of space and time. Mexican archaeologists have identified a stone in Tetzacualco, or shrine, that they think could have been constructed as a miniature model of the universe. The stone is located in a pond on the side of Iztaccíhuatl volcano. It sounds similar to Quetzalcoatl. I think it's Iztaccíhuatl volcano near Mexico City. On a site termed Nahuatl. The underwater shrine appears to represent the beginning of space and time in the Mesoamerican mythology. You can see the shrine here is viewed from above, shows the structure. In some ancient Mesoamerican myths concerning the creation of our world and the crocodile monster and how our world and universe was created in their mythology, and they found this in Mexico. The archaeologists suggested that it is represented the origin story in the beginning of space and time. It's a miniature model. They found a miniature model of the universe itself, so that was very interesting to see. A team began to excavate it in 2016 with a variety of signs of human activity. They found remains of charcoal, such as charcoal and mineral schist, that may have been an offering of some sort. But then they discovered the representations of the birth of our universe and world. The second area was found 150 meters away from the shrine. Archaeologists found ceramic materials associated with the rain god, to them known as Tlaloc, dating from 750 to 1150 AD. So some interesting archaeological finds. The researchers think the archaeological site in its entirety represents a ritual space based along the worship of other deities and water of the land. So anyway, some interesting ancient archaeological finds. I do find the history of different cultures to be fascinating, and I find it to be fascinating when they find different archaeological finds of the past. And the first known eruption of Cadavar volcano in Papua New Guinea takes place right now. Hashtag PNG for Papua New Guinea prompts evacuation of 500 people after sending a column of ash 7,000 feet in the air. So this is under the hashtag evacuation, and you can see the images here. So that volcano is erupting right now. And Australia's heat wave is so hot, it's causing the roads to melt. People are warned to stay indoors as temperatures soar above 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit, roughly. Australia heat wave. I'll copy the link to this as well. While North America and the East Coast, and basically anywhere from the central United States east and south, is experiencing dramatically low temperatures. Right now we're finally warming up a bit, but Australia's heat wave is so hot it's causing the roads to melt. The Bureau of Meteorology of Australia warned people to stay indoors as temperatures will soar above 40 degrees Celsius or 104 degrees Fahrenheit, and Saturday along this stretch of highway has melted under the extreme heat. In Victoria and Melbourne is expected to top temperatures of around 110 degrees as the coast goes through this heat wave. Australia's east coast is set to swelter over the weekend, and as Sydney and Melbourne are hit with a heat wave and temperatures soaring above 104 degrees Fahrenheit, as residents of both cities took to the beach to cool off on Friday, a total fire ban was issued for the area of Victoria on Saturday, and the entire stretch of this highway has begun to melt as a result of the heat. Surging temperatures melted tar along the busy highway on Friday, causing a huge traffic jam as drivers dodged the sticky mess. You see the video there on YouTube of the melting roads. And this is a meteorological video of their weather. Relief will come on Sunday for Victoria, with temperatures finally dropping. And on Saturday and Sunday as well, South Australia and Canberra were also warned to brace for extreme heat, with a maximum temperature around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. There's the road melting right there. Some of the images on Twitter. And a wind chill at Mount Washington drops to minus 90 degrees. That is a record. So the temperature tied for the second coldest on Earth. Wind chills, very cold in Mount Washington. That is negative 90 degrees. So it's cold when it's minus 90, negative 90, that's for sure. Even negative 92, and winds were at 92 miles per hour as well. And giant waves flood the beach of El Rodadero in Santa Marta in Colombia. A mini tsunami shocks hundreds of people, landing at the same time. So you can check this out here. Basically what it stated there, a mini tsunami took place in this country. This giant flood took place in this area, creating a mini tsunami. This strange and surprising phenomenon was registered on January 5th, 2018 in the tourist resort Colombia, where Colombians were experiencing this, where the giant waves flooded the beach like a tsunami, baffling hundreds of people who were sunbathing at the exact same time. The weird event occurred unexpectedly, without any warning or previous notice or signs. These days, this area is completely full. In July, a similar phenomenon actually occurred that was called a mini tsunami by the authorities. And you can check the video out here. This mini tsunami took place without any warning whatsoever. It's the tent area of the beaches, and it scared those who were enjoying the sun, as a giant wave surprised hundreds of tourists who were enjoying the sun at the sea at the time of this resort, reaching the pier about 20 meters from the shore. It was tremendous, reports a witness. It started as a normal wave, but then it reached the tents. It became crazy, they stated. The mini tsunami wave surprised hundreds of bathers in Colombia. These are the images I've shown before. Nobody was killed or injured, so that's the good news, and the strong waves are after crashing onto the beach in this area. And this was the aftermath. Officials explained this weird phenomenon as a result of low pressure center that's taking place. The same abnormal swells have been reported along all the beaches in the area. Playa Grande and Playa Blanca have even been evacuated due to this issue. It also baffled fishermen in Ecuador as well. And rare snow covers the Sahara Desert in Algeria, second year in a row after 40 years of absence. You heard that correctly. A rare snow covering the Sahara Desert. So this is apparently the second year in a row this has happened, but it's such a rare event that it wasn't recorded but around 40 years ago, before the past couple of years. An extreme heat wave is melting roads in Australia, and a bomb cyclone happening known as Grayson, bringing record low temperatures to the northeast United States, and basically from the central to the eastern United States and the south, and Canada as well. Some places negative 90 in Mount Washington, for example. This mega storm, similar to the bomb cyclone, is hitting Europe, as just went through Europe. and also created 7 tornadoes there. But now snow is covering sand dunes in the Sahara Desert at the same time as Australia is going through these record warm temperatures. The Sahara Desert got snow covering their sand dunes. And Algeria, for the second winter in a row after snowfall wasn't reported for the last 40 years. These photos below tell all the stories, which I showed in the previous tweets, the images on Twitter, shown a moment ago. Sand dunes being covered by snow. What else is there to say? There's no other words. Lost for words there, basically. These are satellite images showing the snow falling on the Sahara Desert as of January 7th, 2018. And these were the terrifying sounds you can check out right here of Hurricane Irma. It sounded like a train horn, and a train horn taking place during Hurricane Irma. That video was circulated widely online right after the hurricane took place. And Snowmageddon in Spain and Italy. Hundreds of drivers are trapped overnight in vehicles as heavy snowfall cuts off major roads near Madrid, Spain. A hashtag blizzard, as they called it. The blizzard dropped several meters of snow, several feet, if you're going by the, if you're not going by the metric system there, in Italian Alps. So a blizzard taking place in Spain right now. Just to recap, there's a blizzard taking place here in Spain as Australia is dealing with record high temperatures and melting roads. The Sahara Desert's dealing with record rare snow right now. United States is dealing with this mega bomb cyclone that just took place in Bombogenesis, record heat, and then we're going to be warming back up next week, and then Europe dealt with these major storms as well, similar to the bomb cyclone that we had. And Canada and the United States just dealing with all of this crazy weather. Europe, Australia, Canada, Ecuador, Indonesia, Italy, Spain, much of Europe. Mexico was dealing with strange weather, and Sahara Desert is dealing with snow. So that's a recap there. And a giant Bono tidal waves flooded the Kampar River estuary in Indonesia with a thundering sound ahead. Check out these giant waves that had a thundering sound over in Indonesia. And this just happened today, as of January 7th, 2018. This is not a tsunami, not even a mini tsunami, that flooded the Kampar River estuary in Indonesia. Now, this was being reported today, but it took place apparently on January 4th, 2018. No, that's a rare and amazing phenomenon, well known from surfers, called the Bono tidal waves. They can reach a height with a thundering sound, 4 to 5 meters. These tidal waves look like mini tsunamis crashing on a coast. And here's one of the videos. So these gigantic waves pretty much came out of nowhere. And covered the land there. Everything was all calm. Waves suddenly crashed onto land. The video's not wanting to comply with me, but the phone screen is not. But you can see that the waves just suddenly crashed into the land, and it was a huge, large number of tidal waves that took place there. So this has been an update of the phenomena, strange occurrences taking place in the world around us. So thank you for watching. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel and leave comments in the comment section below. If you were affected by any of these events, or if you have been in the path of any of these storms or record occurrences, please feel free to let me know. And if you know of any other strange things taking place, let me know. So, much love, and I hope you're all staying safe, and I wish you all the best. Peace. Bye.